Now, you got to be careful because this could be on the inboard side and you might not be able to see it from the outside.
And how can you tell that's the alternator?
Now, if I look at these pads, they're definitely worn unevenly. So something was going on here.
Ever heard a strange noise when starting your car and thought it's probably nothing? Well, buckle up because that nothing might cost you thousands. We've got a shocking story about a driver who ignored his dashboard warnings, and you won't believe where it landed him. In today's video, we're diving into the world of car warning signs that mechanics beg you to notice. From mysterious rattles to flashing lights, we'll show you how these tiny signals can save you from major headaches and empty wallets. Stick around to learn the one dashboard light that could prevent a highway disaster. Did you know your car is constantly trying to communicate with you? It's true. Every day your vehicle sends out signals, but are you paying attention? Today we're diving into the world of early warning signs in vehicles, and trust me, you won't want to miss this.
The fact that this was the outside pad leads me to believe that there was something sticking in the slides. The pad slides were sticking.
If you unplug it.
If it was more the inside, I would be more worried about the caliper piston.
Let me introduce you to John, a guy who thought he knew his car inside and out. One day, he noticed a slight rattling noise coming from under the hood. No big deal, right? Wrong. John shrugged it off, thinking it was just the usual wear and tear. But here's the kicker. That tiny rattle was the beginning of a much bigger problem. You see, those small noises your car makes aren't just random sounds. They're like whispers, trying to tell you something important. And if you ignore them, well, those whispers can turn into screams real quick. Mike Peth, Director of Technical Training at Ohio Technical College, puts it perfectly. You know your car, so you can often pick up something that may become a problem. But John didn't listen, and that's where things went south. That little rattle, it wasn't so little anymore. As days turned into weeks, the noise got louder and more persistent. What started as a minor issue was now snowballing into a full-blown engine problem. And let me tell you, engine problems are no joke. Now, you might be thinking, it's just a noise, how bad could it be? Well, let me break it down for you. Different car noises can indicate specific issues. That squealing you hear when you hit the brakes. That could be worn brake pads. A rhythmic clunking sound. You might be looking at serious problems with your engine's internal components. And that howling noise, it could be bearing issues. But here's where it gets really interesting. The average cost of repairs can skyrocket if you ignore these early warning signs. Let's say you catch a minor brake issue early on. You're looking at about $150 to fix it. But if you let it slide until your brakes completely fail, now you're talking $1,000 or more. And that's just for brakes. Remember John and his little rattle? Well, that rattle turned into a full-blown engine failure. And the repair bill? A whopping $3,000. That's right, $3 grand for something that could have been fixed for a fraction of the cost if he'd just paid attention to those early warning signs. But what if John had listened to his car's early warnings? What if he'd taken that initial rattle seriously? He could have saved thousands in repair costs and avoided the stress of a major breakdown. It's not just about the money either. Ignoring these signs can lead to dangerous situations on the road. Imagine your car breaking down in the middle of a busy highway, all because you didn't want to deal with a little noise. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Ever wondered why your car's dashboard sometimes lights up like a Christmas tree? It's not just for show, folks. Those blinking lights are your car's way of screaming for help. But here's the kicker. A shocking number of drivers are completely ignoring these critical warnings. Are you one of them? Let's talk about Sarah. She was just like many of us, busy with life and not paying much attention to her car. One day, her check engine light came on. No big deal, right? Wrong. Sarah kept driving day after day, week after week with that little orange light staring her in the face. Little did she know she was heading for a disaster. Now, let's break down what those dashboard lights are actually trying to tell you. You've got your check engine light, oil pressure light, and brake warning light. Each of these is like a red flag, waving frantically to get your attention. They're not just there to make your dashboard look pretty, they're signaling critical issues that need immediate attention. But here's the shocking part. A significant percentage of drivers are just like Sarah, completely ignoring these warnings. warnings. Can you believe it? Studies show that many people don't take action until they experience a breakdown. That's like waiting for your house to burn down before you decide to install a smoke alarm. Sarah's story took a turn for the worse. Remember that check engine light she kept ignoring? Well, it was trying to warn her about a serious engine problem. By the time her car finally gave up and broke down on the highway, the damage was catastrophic. What could have been a simple fix turned into a full-blown engine failure. The repair bill? Let's just say it made Sarah's eyes water. But it's not just about the money. Driving with active warning lights is like playing Russian roulette with your safety. You're risking loss of vehicle control or failure of critical systems like brakes or steering. Imagine your brakes failing while you're cruising down the highway. It's not a scenario anyone wants to find themselves in. So, what should you do when your dashboard starts looking like a light show? First things first, don't panic, but don't ignore it either. Experts say you should consult your owner's manual to understand what each light means. It's like a decoder ring for your car's secret language. And when serious warnings appear, don't be a hero. Seek professional help. Now, you're probably wondering, which warning light is the most important? Which one should I never, ever ignore? Well, buckle up, because here's the big reveal. It's the check engine light. This little light can indicate anything from a loose gas cap to a major engine failure. Ignoring it is like ignoring a ticking time bomb under your hood. Did you know your car could be leaving secret messages right on your driveway? That's right, folks. Those mysterious puddles under your vehicle aren't just random spills. They're your car's way of screaming for help. Today, we're diving into the colorful world of car fluids and why ignoring them could lead to a financial nightmare. Let's talk about the lifeblood of your vehicle. Your car relies on 7 crucial fluids to keep running smoothly: engine oil, coolant, power steering fluid, brake fluid, transmission fluid, and windshield washer fluid. Each one plays a vital role in keeping your ride on the road. But here's the kicker. When these fluids start leaking, it's like your car is bleeding out. Now, let me tell you about Mike. Mike was your average car owner, always in a rush and never paying much attention to his vehicle. One day he noticed a small puddle under his car. It's probably just water from the AC, he thought. Big mistake. That little puddle was actually transmission fluid, and by ignoring it, Mike was setting himself up for a costly lesson. You see, each fluid leaves its own unique calling card. Engine oil, that's your dark brown or black puddle. Coolant, look for green or orange. And that transmission fluid Mike ignored, it's usually red or pink. Knowing these colors could save you thousands in repairs. Here's a shocking fact. The average cost of repairing a transmission failure can range from $1,500 to $5,000. That's right, $5,000. And all because of a little puddle Mike chose to ignore. But it gets worse. Mike's neglect led to a complete transmission failure while he was driving on the highway. Talk about a nightmare scenario. But transmission fluid isn't the only culprit. Low engine oil can lead to extreme heat and potentially blow your engine. And coolant? If that runs low, you're looking at overheating issues that can domino into major engine damage. It's like a house of cards. One small issue can bring the whole system crashing down. So what's the simple check that could have saved Mike thousands? Regular fluid inspections. That's right, folks. Just taking a few minutes each month to check your fluid levels and look for leaks can prevent major headaches down the road. It's like giving your car a quick health checkup. Now, you might be wondering, which fluid is the most important to keep an eye on? Well, if we had to pick one, it's engine oil. This liquid gold is essential for keeping your engine lubricated and running smoothly. Experts recommend checking your oil levels at least once a month and changing it according to your manufacturer's recommendations. Alright, let's wrap this up with some crucial takeaways. Your car's trying to tell you something, and it's using 3 main languages: sounds, lights, and leaks. But here's the kicker. Listening to these signals isn't just about avoiding a headache, it's about saving some serious cash. Did you know that performing simple DIY checks can save you thousands in repair costs? It's true. By regularly inspecting fluid levels, checking tire pressure, and keeping an ear out for unusual sounds, you're basically giving your wallet a big hug. And let's not forget about safety. Catching these issues early can prevent dangerous situations on the road. So here's what I want you to do after this video. Give your car a quick health check. Listen for any weird noises. Take a peek at those dashboard lights and check for any suspicious puddles under your vehicle. Trust me, your future self and your bank account will thank you.